The weather is about to get very intense, everybody, not only from this cold front, but also with these storms, multiple storms that are about to form up. Happy Monday, everybody. Mark again here at Weatherman Plus. Now, that big, strong MJO wave that I've been telling you about for quite some time is going to be the catalyst to strengthening multiple storms this week. Now, if you've never heard about this before or just now hearing about it, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long, and I've been talking about this for quite some time, everybody, and it's about to come into fruition. Now, you do see that we have Invest 95L. This will become Tropical Storm, maybe even Hurricane Jerry. Still showing it's going to be very close towards the Lesser Antilles, but still showing more than likely will turn, and the impacts will be very minor, if any. Plus, we have over here Tropical Storm Hurricane Priscilla that's going to go right up the Eastern Pacific. This is going to bring a lot of precipitation as we go into this weekend. Bring storms, heavy rainfall, even bring a catalyst for other things. I will update you in another video. And showing that as this cold front comes through, we're going to have a front-induced system that could form up over here by the Bahamas, by the southeast, and become tropical. It could tighten up and be a very strong system right up the northeast, bringing in at least strong damage and winds and a lot of flooding. Not to mention the cold blast that's coming through, and we still have our system that's possibly forming by the Central American Gyre. So we have a lot going on, and I'm going to update you on everything in this video, everybody. And you can see for this morning, I did post this in my community tab. We had tornado warned storm cells going through Louisiana, so I hope you're okay in the south from this morning. So remember, timestamps are always in the description below to save you some time. Thank you so much for all the support yesterday. I really appreciate everyone. We reached over 135,000 people and let them know what the information was. So thank you so much for your help. Now, starting off in the tropics, you can see right here with Invest 95L, it is at 50% in the next 48 hours, 70% in the next 7 days. And still showing a tropical depression could form as it goes west-northwestward towards the Lesser Antilles. And I'm still expecting a yellow lemon right here as we go through this week, everybody, and possibly forming up right up towards the northeast. Now, you can see the latest information on Invest 95L, showing a few ensemble members showing it can go further towards the west, but you can see in 48 hours where the trend is. In 72 hours, more likely going to be right here. Then it starts spreading out once we go past 4 days, but still showing more likely we'll go towards that west-northwest and miss the Lesser Antilles. Showing the latest intensity models. If it gets away from this dry air, it would be more than just a tropical storm. There's a chance it could be a low-end Cat 1 hurricane. Either way, it's on an intensity period where it's going to be strengthening, and when a storm strengthens out there in the Atlantic, it pulls itself northward, and this will still take that west-northwest turn and potentially still miss everybody. But to try and make y'all feel a little bit better over there by the Lesser Antilles, particularly the Leeward Islands, you can see right here by Google Minds that more likely go on a turn. You can see the other ensembles. When you look at Weather Next Generation, you can see the trend more likely go on a turn, and we look at what the Euro ensembles agreeing on the same thing. So there is a couple of ensembles that takes it a little further towards the west, but if you look at the group, you can see where the trend is. So more likely would be no impacts towards y'all, maybe a little bit of rain. It depends how close it gets. GFS shows the strongest, and you can see how there's no impacts on the winds for y'all. Even trending with the Euro as well, this is going to turn early. So let's go through our weather warnings for this morning. You see that you do have a frost advisory over here in this medium shade blue for North Dakota and Minnesota. You have a freeze warning in this darker blue. You can see this also for Wyoming, Idaho, some of Utah. It's in the higher elevations. Now remember, this is only the beginning of it. This is going to be all week. Matter of fact, I'm already starting to see the flip-flop reactions that we talked about yesterday, everybody. If you take a look, you will see it. Now this is the whole catalyst to all these storms forming up a big blue blob that's moving through. This brings you a lot of convection, a lot of lift, a lot of favorable environment. So as we go all the way to the 7th, in 2 days, is where it's going to pick up. You see how we have favorable environment in the Eastern Pacific. This is where we have a lot of storms forming. This is where Priscilla is. This is where the next one's going to be. Both of them still potentially coming around the U.S., bringing precipitation, bringing storms. But once we go from the 7th all the way to the 12th, a big, strong, favorable pocket moving through, going all through the Gulf, the southeast of the U.S., the Caribbean, and out through the Atlantic. And it's going to hang around all the way towards the 17th, where we're going to have multiple storms forming up because of this MJO pocket. So make sure you subscribe so you get accurate information. Now you can see the latest information. We get that big heat dome still building over here by Texas, unfortunately. While it brings Priscilla around as we go through this weekend, bringing storms, while we get this trough coming through from the west coast. So we got to look out for that as well as we go through this weekend. But remember, this cold air that's coming down, this is going to bring storm systems as well right along the coast, bring front-induced right off the coast, and then potentially strengthening up even more right across the northeast, everybody. And you can see it is trending with GFS as well while we get that strong system of Jerry still going out through the north. Showing the latest ensembles. You can see here with the Euro ensemble showing that this low pressure particularly will form up over by the Bahamas and go right up the east coast, bringing chances for flooding, but bringing a lot of winds. Now look what Weather Next Generation also agreeing, and look what Google Mines showing later formation, but also agreeing something could form up by the mid-Atlantic into the northeast as we go into this weekend. And you can see this whole pattern as a whole. So as we have this big high pressure of this cold air still coming through, everybody, it's not going to be the heat. You can see Priscilla coming across the southwest as we go into this weekend, and then maybe the next one as we go into next week, while this low pressure forms right off the coast as we go into Friday and Saturday, bringing strong winds, maybe chances for tornadoes as well, and a lot of heavy rainfall. While we get another strong system coming in for Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we have a very strong weather pattern that's about to kick in. And it's all because of that MJL. So remember how early you knew about this. I hope everybody is ready for all this interaction we're about to get. You can see right here with the Euro AI also agreeing on that storm system by this weekend. And you can see with GFS also agreeing on that storm system. And with the Canadian, it is just trending all over the place. This storm system is coming your way as we go into this weekend. Another factor, as this goes right up the coast as we go Saturday into Sunday, we could get a lot of banding coming across for the mid-Atlantic, bringing chances for tornadoes, a lot of strong winds aloft, not to mention this other storm system. I will go through that in another video, maybe an afternoon update. So make sure you click that bell and select all to get alerted to that. Showing those winds get even stronger as you go through Saturday evening and into Sunday. Look at those winds coming in. This is going to bring a threat for tornadoes and damaging winds as well. And you can see this here just for the next 7 days because it always shifts and moves around a little bit. A lot of strong winds coming from the mid-Atlantic all the way towards the northeast. You can see it's trending with GFS as well, everybody. Showing a big pocket of 50 to 70 miles per hour wind gusts all the way from North Carolina all the way towards Long Island. So please be aware this is a strong system that's potentially forming up. It is trending and it could shift a little further towards the north. So if you're in New England, if you're Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, any of y'all over there, make sure you pay attention because this could shift a little further towards the north. Showing the rainfall and the storms coming in from the southwest. Also what pops up along the east coast from this system. And maybe that next system that forms up in the eastern Pacific will come across as well and bring another strong storm, everybody. And you can see the latest information on our AO, our Arctic oscillation, that is coming down deep for that 12th and lingering around. So remember, this is just going to be an update video on all the impacts and the information I told you before. You can see the same thing with GFS. So you're going to get some really nice cool temperatures that's coming through as we go through this week before this weekend and the storm forms. So as we go through for tomorrow morning, you have the 40s rolling through, even the 20s and the 30s moving through for the Rocky Mountains, while everyone else is in the 60s and the 70s along the south. Now remember, this is going to start bringing some strong wind chills. Maybe feel like you're in the teens, maybe all the way down towards the single digits in the Rocky Mountains. So be aware for that. As we go through Wednesday, still bringing these 50s on down and the 40s, still frozen in the Rocky Mountains. Here it comes down again for Thursday, bringing the 60s even further towards the south. And as we go through with the wind chills, you can see it's bringing a chance for the wind chills for portions of the New England, plus the Rocky Mountains for Thursday. And Friday, it comes down again, bringing those high 50s, even those 60s towards the south, while you have 50s all the way towards the west coast, and the 30s and 40s moving through the Great Lakes out through the northeast. And once again, you're going to get some strong wind chills in New England where you feel like you're in the 20s. So you can see this coming to fruition when you look at the latest weather model. So you can see this here, your big high pressure of cooler air that is coming through. We have Priscilla coming across the west, and we have these storms form up along the front, becoming non-tropical, but it becomes tropical. You get a lot of low pressure building up, a lot of storms, and by the time we go all the way from Saturday into Sunday. Look how that climbs through for Saturday. Bring you a lot of strong banding, bring a lot of strong winds aloft. So remember, the strong winds aloft will help bring a lot of wind direction change of height or speed shear, bringing chances for tornadoes. Then as you go through for Sunday morning, still sitting there and pivoting while you get cyclogenesis, a strengthening low pressure, everybody. So be aware this storm system poses a lot of threats for tornadoes, damage of winds, and more. As of right now, National Weather Service don't have any outlooks except thunderstorms for the next 8 days, everybody. I will keep you updated. You might get an afternoon update starting today. And that is your latest weather update, everybody. So thank you so much for your time. Most importantly, thank you so much for your support. I will not let you down, and I will not flip-flop on you like I've been seeing others do. I will be consistent, and that's the way I like to roll, everybody. Whether it's good or bad, I will tell you the truth. Whether you like it or hate it, at least you get the truth, everyone. Now, I might do an afternoon update today if this keeps trending, showing you what's going to happen with this storm system and what the new information is. So make sure you subscribe and click the bell and select all. If you have time, please keep hitting that hype button and that like button and share this to other platforms, everybody. Let people know what is coming around the corner. We've been knowing about it for quite some time here at this channel. Thank you so much for your time. And I, for one, know how valuable time is, everybody. So I really appreciate your time. Before I go, a quick moment from our Father. Romans 13:10-12, everyone. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is fulfilling of the law. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. Amen. Have a great day, everybody. I might see you this afternoon for a quick update on everything I spoke of here. Remember, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope he keeps you safe every single day of your life and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen.